What's up, everybody? It's Kitty here, and with me is.
Kelly,
And we have no delay.
it's beautiful. I can't even believe it. It's so much better than last time. Like last time we would just like talk and wait till the other person's done, which is sort of a good thing so we're not interrupting each other. But no,
Now
it's just
we
nice
can
without the delay.
now we can interrupt each other on purpose rather than there
Yes.
being that awkward 2 seconds after I speak before Kelly can respond. So this is magical. And do you know what else is magical, Kelly?
Did we finally find a name?
We did. So we have a name now.
Oh, I'm so excited. It's taken so long for this moment to even find a name. We did an episode before we even had a name. What kind of weirdos do that? But we finally ready.
We are. And when we say we had a name, like it almost came down to a coin toss about 2 minutes ago, but we have decided. Do you want to announce it?
Oh my god,
Or do you want me
yes.
to? You want
Oh my,
to?
what if we try and do it at the same time? We can
All right,
prove
what
there's
if
no
we
delay.
say, okay, what if I say welcome to, and then we both say it?
Oh my
You
god,
ready?
yes. Okay, okay.
All right. Welcome to
Twist
Twist
of
of
insanity.
Insanity. And that was Twist of Insanity for anyone that missed that.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
we both wanted to say it because it's exciting. You don't know how long this fucking took us.
No, exactly. It was months and months. And it was just, I don't know. You guys suggested some good ones. You also suggested some bloody horrific ones. And I hope many of you are in therapy. Really liked laughter therapy, but that was obviously already taken. And then we realized we weren't funny. So we didn't think that would work. What were the other ones? Daddy's cum sluts. We didn't feel that really summed myself up. I mean, I'm not sure about Kelly.
Pussy
So
Pop. No, Daddy's
Pussy
Cum Sluts
Pop.
was an old one, but yeah, Pussy Pop
Oh,
was a
Pussy
big one
Pop.
they were suggesting, which we told you guys no.
Yeah, and 2 second delay. We did hover over that for a while, but we're so glad we didn't take it because now we don't have it.
Yeah, that would have been a lie. And the big thing with that one is I don't really know that it speaks a lot to what our podcast is about. Whereas Twist of Insanity, like we're not completely insane, but like there's a bit of a twist there.
Just a little bit. I'm perfectly sane, and Kelly is a twist.
Bitch.
But anyway, so we've got a bunch of topics today, and we didn't want to talk politics, and we're not going to do it right now. But Trump has like picked his attorney general and stuff, and we feel like we can't ignore it because it's just dumb. But we're gonna lure you into a false sense of security and talk about puppies and kittens and light topics first. So today is Black Friday. You won't be getting this until Sunday because I have to upload overnight. And so we'll be uploading Saturday overnight. This will be going live Sunday. So you would have already become broke, have nothing left to do because you've maxed out your cards and you'll be at home browsing the internet for free entertainment. And that's why you'll be listening to this. But Kelly, did you get anything good for Black Friday?
I've sort of browsed earlier today, but I haven't actually bought anything. And I'm so stupid. And I wanted to stab myself earlier several times because I realized I had bought some like new workout clothes. I want to say like 2 days ago. What kind of fucking idiot does that? I didn't even think about Black Friday at
You
all.
idiot. Actually, to be honest, I did the same. So I have a problem where I'm short. I'm not super short. I'm 5'7", but I have 32-inch legs.
Ooh.
Yeah, right. I got bunched up on top. So I can only shop in tall for pants. And Victoria's Secret, or Slut Mart as I like to call it, is one of the few places that has yoga pants and leggings long enough online. So I went there and bought some stuff, forgetting completely that America has big Black Friday thing. So I kind of did the same. I didn't get yoga pants or leggings because I'm working out. I got them because I live in them because I'm lazy.
They're comfortable.
Yeah, right? Who wouldn't want to live in yoga pants and leggings?
This is my life is just
But you
comfortable
can,
clothes. That's the best thing about working from home. By the way, if you're
yeah.
ever thinking about what you want to do in your future, you might want to consider being your own boss or just any way you could work at home because let me tell you, it's just nice. I work in my pajamas.
I was going to say it's 7:30 in the evening and I'm still in my PJs.
Like, I can be in a conference call with a bunch of real important people, and I'm just sitting there in my pajamas. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's good and it's bad, right? Because the thing I love, having arthritis, I can work and I can take a break and I can work. It doesn't matter. But when you work from home, your days are longer. I'm great. I get up at 10 in the morning. I start at 11 a.m. It's beautiful. But last night I was still working at 1 a.m.
Yeah, that is a big problem because you can't, if you work at home, you can't really run away from work. It's just there always. And that's the biggest issue. Now, you might get more shit done that way, though.
Yeah, I do. But there's no like, all right, it's 5 o'clock, I'm leaving the office. It's, I'll do that later. I'll go make another sandwich. And then you come back to it. So you end up doing longer days. You do end up having more relaxed days. I'm certainly a lot happier, but I never wanted to do a 9 to 5. And I've always known that since I was a kid. That song Little Boxes has just come up, the theme
Little
track from
boxes on the hillside.
Yeah, I've always been like, that song is exactly what I don't want to be. And, that's why I think her name was Marvin something. She was an activist, and that song's always kind of been my inspiration whenever I've been offered a ridiculously high paying job that would require me to be in an office from 9 to 5. I've turned it down.
And
because mentally...
Commuting? No, I don't want to deal with traffic. I've had to do that sometimes to go to like developers in Chicago, and I'm just like, no, I do not want this ever.
Yeah, I used to work like 1 week out of every 6, I would work in Manhattan at an office.
Oh.
Yeah. And being in a wheelchair as well, like New York, especially Manhattan, was just a nightmare because like my hotel was pretty close, but the curbs in Manhattan are really deep. So, and they're slanted, so the rain goes straight into the drainage system. So that makes sense unless you're in a wheelchair, which means one of your arms just gets one hell of a workout. And the ramps to like cross the road, they're always blocked. And 99% of the time they're blocked by police cars, and the curbs are too steep to go down like without the ramp, they're almost like a foot.
Horrible.
Yeah, and it was always cops. I lost my shit. I'm surprised I didn't get arrested at one point because I ended up going like 3 blocks just to, cross back to where I needed to go. And I kind of lost my shit at the police officer. I was like, literally every fucking ramp in this like 4-block radius is blocked by a copper. Or he didn't know what copper was, but you get the idea.
Yeah, I don't like New York. I know everyone loves New York, blah, 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 blah. I'm a hater.
I hated it. I have my stepsister with me, and she's like, oh my God, it's lights and it's fashion, and oh, it's so pretty, and it's so, oh, is that Macy's? She doesn't sound like that, but in my head, like, that's how she sounded. But she was completely blown away by New York. She was like, I want to live here. I want to have New York's babies. And I was just like, God, the stench, the people.
Yes, the stench, the garbage.
I just want to leave. There's rats everywhere. There's mice. There's police officers blocking the sidewalk. So no, I did not like New York. I did not keep that job for very long.
Too busy, too many people. No.
Yeah, I've been offered a few jobs in Cali, and I love Cali to visit. I like to leave it too.
I would be okay with living there. Maybe not right in LA, but the temperature is so nice in SoCal. But the thing I don't like is, the whole maybe
people
falling into an ocean.
Oh yeah, the earthquakes and things like that.
My anxiety can't handle that.
Yeah, that would be a bit of a downer. So like Florida and Cali are just out.
Florida, I would never. It's okay to visit, but Florida, fuck. Another rant.
Go for it.
The drivers. What is with Florida drivers? They are so shitty.
Because they're not from there.
Oh my God. Every time I've driven in Florida, there will be a traffic jam because someone's changing their tire on the side of the road. And I don't know what the hell people are doing. They're just like staring at them, stopping and staring like, hey, how you doing? Any little incident, all I know is Florida drivers, there's just constantly accidents and it slows everything down. And I've never had a good experience driving there.
They're like, look, princess, it's Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse is
Smash.
fine. Disney World's fun, minus that kid that got ate by the it's alligators are there or crocodiles? Fuck.
I
No,
don't know.
alligators.
Main course, appetizer, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, just the drivers there. I'm judging. If you're from Florida and you're a shitty driver, like check yourself, please.
Oh man, I hate Disney.
How come?
Well, I went there when it was Minecon, right? And they just made their disabled things tougher. So you had to like put your ticket in a line and then you'd wait like 3 million hours and they'd call you up to the ride. There was no line jumping and everything, which I get it.
Damn.
It makes it fair, but for someone like me, I'm exhausted just being around people. And and they changed all their restrooms as well. I don't want to go into too much details, but you all know you go into a wheelchair restroom and there's room for the chair beside the toilet so you can kind of transfer your ass onto the toilet. Well, so I'm in their office and I'm like, I need to find a disabled restroom. And they said, oh, it's just next door. Went next door, it had the symbols on it. You open it up, there's not even enough room to get the wheelchair in there.
What?
And your wheelchair has your bags and belongings on it. So it's not like you can just, like, I can get up out of my wheelchair, but it's not like I was going to leave my bags and everything there. So it took them an hour and a half to find a restroom that hadn't been converted.
Wow, that's fucked up.
So they literally had no wheelchair restrooms the week I went. So they said, okay, well, you can jump the lines for, I think it was like $350 an hour.
Whoa.
So I was like, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to let them have fun. So we sat around for about 4 hours and I got tired and went back. But I didn't get to experience anything just because it just wasn't accessible to anyone with any kind of remote disability at all. But everyone else had a great time. I left a little early, but whatever. And I'd taken pictures of the disabled restrooms and stuff, and I emailed guest services, and I was like, I'm pretty sure you're breaking the law.
Yeah, that just seems weird for them to do that. Like, because there's plenty of people there with wheelchairs.
Well, what they said was they changed their restrooms. So they had a couple of wheelchair restrooms and they had mobility restrooms. And I was like, well, why didn't you have the mobility symbol, which is like an old person with a walking cane? And then you have the wheelchair symbol for the wheelchair restrooms. And they were like, we hadn't updated our maps or anything. I'm like, all right, I get that, but you're shit. And they gave me a bunch of passes, like 8 4-day passes or something, but I've never been back.
Damn, though, like the line cut, like with wheelchairs, you can just go straight to the front and get on the rides right
Disney
away.
Disney doesn't do it. And I understand why they do it, because a lot of people were like disability guides, so you could like hire hire someone in a wheelchair for the day and jump all the lines. But the problem is, for someone like me who just gets really tired around a lot of people, it pretty much makes the park unusable. So they got my $150 and I won't probably ever visit there again. But yeah, so I didn't go on a single ride. But
yeah, that's a really horrible experience.
It was, because I'd been in the chair for about a year, so I was still very new to not being running around super physical. And that day I felt disabled, and I hadn't before. So like I went back and I had like a complete emotional breakdown in the hotel. I was like, "Oh my God, I'm in a wheelchair."
Yeah, like. Because most places really have their shit together when it comes. I mean, would you say that, though? You know better than me.
Yeah, they do. Like, that's the thing. That's why Disney was like, a year of limited mobility. That was the first time I'd felt disabled. It was actually at Disney.
Yeah.
I hadn't felt it before. Yeah, it's a bit of a bitch. You have to get a ramp to get on the tram or whatever, but it's fairly easy. Like, even in England, get on the buses, the trains and everything. It's super easy. And in America, obviously, the ADA Act is quite good. I mean, there's holes in it. There's flaws in every system, but a 5-minute annoyance is the maximum problem you're going to get in the US in general. But Disney just was completely inaccessible. So I just had a complete like psychological meltdown. I was like, oh my God.
And those cops in New York causing you issues.
And those cops in New York, yeah, they really annoyed me. But I left New York, so I don't have to deal with it anymore. But I don't know how anyone lives in New York.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of great stuff there and events, and it is really nice. I get it, but man, I'm just a person who doesn't want to deal with that amount of people, just how busy it is, the traffic, all of that is just not how I am. Not good for me.
Yeah, I think if you've got a local with you, it's not so bad. Like we went to there's like a club there called Soho House, and that was really nice. Went to the rooftop and sat and had some lunch, and that was pleasant. But then in the morning, it just goes to shit again. So nice of an evening, shitty during the day.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But only if you have a local with you. Like I don't know how tourists do it. Like if I didn't have the people that I worked with there with me, I would have gone insane. Actually, I probably wouldn't have left the hotel. That place was scary.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I've ever been there without locals, and no, I haven't really done that. Because it
Yeah,
would
you
be
see,
overwhelming.
I think it's the only city I've felt uncomfortable in traveling on my own, even in my chair. Seattle's fine. Where else do we go? Chicago, fine. Yeah, I don't think I've ever felt worried about being a lone single woman
Whoa,
traveling
Seattle though.
around. But
Seattle has like I've never seen seagulls as
they are
big.
pretty vicious.
It just their size though too in Seattle. They're so big, and pelican. I feel like the birds there are much bigger, which makes sense. But like, damn, I saw one and I was just blown away. I was like, the seagulls over here. I mean, they're sort of crow size, but in Seattle they're like, oh my god, it's an elephant flying.
Yeah, I used to live in Scotland, in Aberdeen, and the seagulls up there were massive too. So Seattle for me was nothing. I remember when I was at, like Aberdeen, like sometimes the headline would be like "Ballsy seagull steals bag of crisps" or potato chips for you Americans, where it was just like walk in the automatic doors of a store, take out a bag of chips, and leave.
I love that.
But the seagulls were so big, you just didn't do anything about it. You were like, all right, helped off.
Wait. Really quick on the topic of animals. This won't take long. Planet Earth 2 is out. You guys better be watching it and getting that knowledge because it's just so beautifully filmed. And if you haven't seen Planet Earth, the first season, watch that too. It's amazing. You'll learn a lot and you'll feel closer to all living things.
Also, mushrooms.
Yes.
Does that.
Watch it with that.
I do not recommend the use of mushrooms or psilocybin in any way, shape, or form.
Oh yeah, don't do drugs. Sorry.
Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad, okay? Only natural ones. Psilocybin, ayahuasca, cannabis. Only if you're over... I'm joking. Don't do it.
Just
Liability.
say no.
Just say no, as Nancy Reagan would say.
Hell yeah.
I don't know why I gave her an English accent. I can't really do a posh American accent. I'm just envisioning her like the Queen. Just say no.
Well, every once in a while, there's those
One
Americans
does
who
not-
randomly grow like a really posh accent.
One does not simply take the drugs. Just one puff of marijuana shall scar you for life.
And it'll be a gateway to the other drugs.
And for the next 10 years, you shall be lying in a ditch with an injection hanging out of your veins, full of, I can't think what you inject, full of heroin. I think you inject heroin.
I think so. I don't know. I don't fuck with any of that shit. I don't
Kelly,
do drugs.
we need to get up on the drug talk here. We don't know what we're doing.
We're sorry.
If you don't inject heroin, just imagine I said something that you do inject.
Yes.
Insulin. No, that's not. That's
That doesn't
diabetics.
work.
Yeah.
I mean, they
turned
do
the
inject,
sound off
though.
my thing. I do inject. Apologies for the mobile noises going on in the background. I have turned this off 50 times, but it's like got some poltergeist thing going on.
Kitty, speaking, okay, so we talked about this last week. We were going to do a Christmas gift guide, an alternative version. I feel like one of the things I got you is like cursed. And I might actually send you a poltergeist, and I don't want to do that, but like...
I am so superstitious. You better not be sending me something like that. Like, I am really, really superstitious.
It's so scary, though. I don't know. I think it might be haunted. I haven't got it yet. I'll, like, see if it's haunted, but, man, I don't know.
If you... You don't understand. Like, Ouija boards make me cry.
You're moving,
if
though.
I see them... Yeah, I can just leave the curse with Kyle. No, I don't like I if I see like a Ouija board on Etsy that someone's selling, I have to scroll down really fast. Like I can't even watch Jumanji. Is that the name of it?
Oh, that movie's awesome though.
But it looks like it's some kind of cursed game board or something, so I can't watch it.
Mm.
Even like Alice in Wonderland was pretty close, and that's not even superstitious. I watched it, but the whole there.
Yeah, there's YouTube channels who like they do EVPs and they communicate through a radio being scanned, and then like I guess the spirits.
What's EVP?
It's like an electronic. I don't know when the ghosts talk to you, and I have no idea what it even stands for, but that's what it is. It's like when they talk to you through like radio waves or electromagnetic, something like that. Spirits are electric. Who knows? But I did that on a live stream and I tried to speak with the radio and I got some really weird answers back to my questions. Like I asked if God was real and the radio scanned, "Watch out, he'll get ya." And that's freaked me out ever since. So I don't fuck with radios anymore.
That's really horrifying. Why would you even do that? Like, I don't know if ghosts are a thing, but they still scare me.
My viewers wanted me to for Halloween. It was a Halloween special, and I did it once, and we got some weird answers, and we were all spooked. And then they kept asking me to do it again, and it just got spookier, and I'm never doing that again.
I love your viewers. They torture you. Mine are the best.
They do torture me in a loving way, but yeah.
In a loving, you're going to be cursed for the next 7 years type way.
Well, you know what? Someone did leave a lovely review of our podcast in my comment section. They said they were coming out of their butt. So, you know, they're supportive at least.
They should probably seek medical attention. Because I'm no expert, but I'm pretty sure things may be being done wrong, well, if that's the case.
I mean, if they have a prostate, maybe they can work that out, right? I don't know. I've never had one. I'm a woman, so
I don't know. Maybe we should try and get an expert on butt sex.
Oh my god, yeah, we could have the butt sex episode.
Yeah, right. That would interest you.
All my viewers would love it. God, it's like their number one topic.
We have covered one topic so far, and that was the podcast name, and the rest we've ended up with butt sex.
Yeah, you know, actually we did go over issues someone with a wheelchair might have. That was a serious topic.
Yeah, it was a serious topic, right? Yeah.
And that led to butt sex, so...
That led to butt sex. That's what happens when police block ramps on sidewalks. It ends up at butt sex.
Oh, that's actually another thing the spirit told me when I was doing the whole communication thing. We asked what is like, I don't forgot what the question was. It was like, what is your life goal, or what should we aspire to in life? It was that. It was what should everyone aspire to do in life? And it said booze and anal, which I don't know if those are said on the radio a lot, so I'm still spooked.
Well, maybe it's like you need the booze to loosen up your ass so you can have anal.
Yeah, I mean, just yes. I don't even want to go into anal. Let's just.
It grosses me out. I know that it's the in thing or whatever, but fuck no. You ain't sticking anything up my ass. Not even your pinky.
Aw, man.
But Kelly loves it.
No. I feel like my audience would respect me a lot more if they knew my anal activities. I don't think they would actually. I'm more like you. I'm like, oh no. Maybe if there's a lot of alcohol involved and I just can't even think anymore.
Rohypnol, maybe cheaper. Anyway. So on my Etsy store, I hit 2,500 sales.
That's clapping, not fapping.
Yeah, and now the Christmas stuff started, so people are buying lots of presents. Go check out Shop One Tree Lane.
Hell yeah.
Buy your stuff. It's all fancy, mostly organic, and it's made by me in my little lab.
Get that promo, bitch.
Because I work. Yeah, right. Free promo, self-promo, awesome. But yeah, it's just beauty and aromatherapy and skincare and stuff like that. Stuff that should be.
I think my favorite product from you is the Shea hand and body lotion, because I just love the chocolate amber scent.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so nice.
And I beefed up the chocolate a little bit now.
Ooh, beefy chocolate.
Yeah, so it's a little more chocolatey.
I have a chocolate candle going now, and it's just so nice.
Do you have obsessions? Are you one of those people that reads like Just 17? Is that a magazine over here where it's all like ginger
I think,
cookie,
um,
sugar scrub?
no, I stopped trying to eat sweets as much and try to be healthier, like within the past year and stuff. And so now I like to have like a sweet candle, and it sort of fills my need for like chocolate or.
Do you know what I do?
Hmm.
And I've done it since I was a kid, because my father does the same. He has 2 squares of chocolate every night before bed.
Yeah, I see. I try and do that, but no. I just should not
Uh,
have any because then, 2 squares becomes more.
well, you should have better chocolate because American chocolate's dog shit.
I like
Um,
Cadbury.
yeah, but Cadbury over here is made by Hershey, so it's not
It's
actual
a fucking
Cadbury.
lie?
Yeah, it's a lie. I'll send you some real Cadbury's because then it's richer, so you don't need as much. The problem with chocolate over here is it's bullshit.
I'm
So
almost
you can
crying
eat an
right now. I feel
entire
like I've been
bar.
lied to my whole life.
Yeah, you have. I had dairy milk over here and I spat it out. I was like, what the fuck is this? And I turned it over and it said made by Hershey's. And I just threw the whole fucking thing in the trash and cussed a lot.
But do they have the fruit and nut Cadburys over there?
Yeah, of course we do.
Oh, those are my fave. They're so
I'll have to
good.
get you some. Yeah, I have two squares of chocolate every night while I'm in bed watching TV. And I have done so since I was a kid. I'm really, really OCD with my routine.
What's your
Uh,
chocolate brand?
I have Cadbury's and Bourneville. So for Americans, that's Cadbury's Dairy Milk is the same, but it's obviously real Cadbury's. And then I have Bourneville, which is like a bitter sweet. Well, it's not really bitter. It's like a 72% dark chocolate, but it's quite sweet. It's the sweeter side of dark.
I've tried to do that
Um,
too, where I have those 72% dark chocolate
yeah,
because
but
it's supposed
most
to
of
be
them
good
are
for you.
awful. Yeah, I'll send you some Bourneville as well next time I get some.
Okay, maybe it'll be better than the one I had. The one I had was okay, but I hate dark chocolate.
The best thing to do is if you have like a world market near you, I know they're around
I
a lot.
love World Market.
Okay, so you get a lot of European chocolate. So you want to get chocolate from like Sweden or from Germany or from France or from England. Stay away from Nestle. Their chocolate's not that great.
I don't like them, yeah.
Um, but you can get like I want to say it's a German company, but it might be French. That does like chocolate pastels, and they come in like a hectagonal tube. And their bittersweet ones are really good. They also have some milk and white chocolate ones. Milka is a great chocolate brand in Europe. It's a little on the sweeter side to like Cadbury's and stuff like that. But yeah, if you've got a world market near you, you can probably get some pretty good chocolate. Just flip it over and see what the country of origin is. And that concludes my educational discussion in chocolate addiction.
Oh, World Market though. I love World
Yeah,
Market. It's
I
amazing.
go to get.
There's just so much random stuff there, but like the food is the best part.
I see all these people like browsing aisles, like, oh my God, look at this. I just go in there like it's a grocery store. I'm like Ribena, which is like a drink we drink. I'm like Heinz baked beans. I'm like Dairy Milk,
Oh, I had Heinz
crunchy. Like,
baked beans, the UK version. I don't know if that's the
yeah,
first version, but whatever. I had them for the first time ever a month ago.
yeah. Did you have them on toast?
No. Did I fuck up?
Yeah, you're supposed to have them on toast.
I
Beans on toast.
I mean, they were all right, but I'll
No, you got they're a breakfast food.
I had them for breakfast.
Okay,
I
yeah,
did
you
have
have them with
toast. I just
toast
didn't
and some butter.
combine.
Oh yeah, you got to scoop the beans up on the toast, maybe a bit of egg,
All right, I
dunk
fucked
it
up.
in. Yeah, you fucked up. But yeah, so everyone's like, "Oh my God, look at this German candy or whatever," and I just go in there like it's a freaking grocery store. I'm like, right, beans, this, that, whatever. But yeah, World Market, go get good chocolate.
Yes. Magical store.
So, I don't want to hit the heavy topics yet. Have you got anything light and airy to talk
Oh,
about?
yeah. Actually, I think this could lead into our heavier topics. So, I was just reading and I was switching over to Bloomberg Business just so I kind of know what's going on.
Educated.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the cover, and it's a young woman who, it was a week old, probably 2 weeks old now. What is the date?
Yeah, 2 weeks, because I get it as well. And I didn't notice what you were about to talk about until you mentioned it.
And I wouldn't have noticed it either, but I started to think about the cover. I was like, man, that would be cool as fuck if I had like been in, I don't know, if I was in college. And then I'm on this cover. It was a young woman at the Hillary Clinton election night rally, just sort of looking up to see probably, you know, where they had the news and everything showing where the states were being, who was voting where, whatever.
We'll include a link to the image and probably a picture on the screen so you can see what the hell we're talking about.
No, I feel bad doing that. Oh my God. Well, whatever. It was a nice picture, but then I looked a little closer and I noticed that she hadn't bleached her mustache. And you could see it on the cover. And I was like, oh, that is like a number one fear of mine is I have dark hair. And so all the girls who have dark hair know what I'm talking about right now is like everyone has like, you know, light hair on them all over their body. But when you have dark hair, it's more noticeable. So you might see a mustache if you don't take care of it, bleach it, wax it, whatever you do. And God, that's like my number one fear. But could you imagine that? You're so excited. You're on the magazine and you're a lot more critical of yourself than anyone else is, really.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even when most people post a selfie, they take thousands of pictures and it's only going to go out to, you know, 10 people on Twitter or whatever. So imagine if you're on the front page of that and you notice that. Or even I think it's the same as like having a picture taken and everyone looks great and then you realize there's cilantro in your teeth.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's just a bad photo, no matter what it is, but especially when it's something that's like personal care or grooming, that's going to hit hard. I'm lucky. I don't have any of those problems. I've never even had to pluck my eyebrows.
Yeah. Oh, I hate you so much right now.
I have never once taken a pair of tweezers to my eyebrows. Oh. Not once. Not once. Never did I experiment with it, and never do I need to. I'm very, very fortunate.
Oh, I could be a real beast if I wanted to, if I didn't take care of myself. I could just be, like, honestly, I swear to God, if there were still freak show circuses, I could be the hairy woman if I, like, just completely let my hair go. I could have a beard. I seriously could.
Yeah. The only thing I have to do is I have to thin my hair out every 6 weeks because I pretty much have an afro.
Yeah, I do have an afro as well.
Like, because me and Kelly, we became friends because we both have big tits and massive hair. So, and that's all the requirements we need.
Yeah, that's how you get in our group.
Dirty mouth. Yeah, dirty mouth, big tits, wild hair. And Kelly, I was like, oh my God, your hair is thicker than mine. Because you'll see that in most videos I tie mine back. And every 6 weeks, I lose like 3 pounds of hair when I go and get it thinned out. But yeah, I pretty much have an afro.
Yeah, I posted, I think on Twitter, I showed a picture of myself as a little kid and like just a white girl with an afro. You know, kids used to pick on me for my hair. Fuck you, kids. I'll kick you in the face now.
My stepsisters are black, and they're like. And I thought I had the afro. I was like, shut up, kid. They're younger than me.
Black hair product works really good for me, though. Like, I would try to do straightening stuff with white hair product, and it would not work at all. And then finally I tried black hair product. It works much better for me, so.
I have all that stuff. I can just make it for you. You know that, right?
Girl, make it for me.
Make it for me, sweetheart, girlfriend.
Oh, yes. Anything, save my hair, save me. I hate it. God. I wish I could just stab my head off.
Really?
I do. I hate my hair so much. That's like one of the main reasons I rarely do webcam videos anymore is because I'm just, even when I did webcam videos, like I just hated having to do my hair.
Are we talking about the webcam videos no one really knows about, or are we talking about like the gaming stuff?
The gaming stuff. God.
Now everyone's going to be searching like K-pop cam girl.
This is weird, but like, I don't know when I did this. It's probably when me and Alex first started dating. I was just like typing things in Google, and one of the top searches, I think, for my name, my YouTube name, K-pop, was K-pop and white boy 7th Street kissing. we hadn't done any videos like that, but like people
What the
on Google
fuck?
were searching for like pictures or videos of us kissing, and it was one of the like top searches. I was just like, what the fuck?
Shall we hit the serious stuff?
Let's hit them with the serious stuff. Lots of serious business going down, and we need to pay attention. I think, well,
Do I
it's going
grab
to
a
be
cup of
politics
coffee,
talk,
guys?
obviously, but I think, in this, one thing, I think I have a lot of millennial viewers, and millennials need to get more into politics. This is our future, guys. Let's get into it.
Yeah, they're going to be forced to. So we're not going to be talking directly about Trump. He will be mentioned, but don't worry about it. We're not really, Oompa Loompa isn't the topic of our discussion today. What is our discussion is his pick for Attorney General.
Yes, Mr. Sessions.
Jeff Sessions. He has been, is it 20 or 30 years he was the state attorney for the Southern District of Alabama?
Yes, ma'am.
So already you've kind of got that picture in your mind of the type of guy we're dealing with here. Good people do not smoke marijuana. It's one of his nice catchphrases, which is obviously worrying, right? Because over half the country has legal medical, and a bunch of states have just legalized recreational use.
Didn't he more recently say that too?
Yeah, that was like this year, I think.
Yeah, it was I think it was either 2015 or 2016. Yeah. So, yeah, nowadays whoa, but he's an old dude, so.
Yeah, that's what you think. You think old white guy, right? So you're like, idiot, whatever. A bit worrying, but nothing much. Then you see that he went against the voting rights bill in 1965 that allowed African Americans to vote. Every now and again, you may hear me say black people to vote. It's because I'm a Brit. My sisters call themselves black, so it's not racist. It's just I'm a Brit. African American, whatever.
I think in a criminology class, I think we talked about that, and like there were a lot of black students. They said they preferred to be called black. I mean, I don't know, so hopefully we won't offend anyone. But
yeah, I don't mean to offend anyone, but if I say black, that's why. But yeah, so he went against the 1965 Voting Rights Act. Was accused of referring to a couple of staffers in the U.S. Justice Department as boy. Very charming man. And also, I think he said something about the ACLU, which is the American Civil Liberties Union.
Yes.
Is that right? For being what? Un-American and people who just force civil rights down people's throat. And my favorite quote of all, hang on, I've got to get this right. The KKK were okay until I found out they smoked pot.
oh,
What a darling he is.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Oh.
So we have a potential racist who wants to go really hard on drugs. And he hasn't just said it about cannabis. He's basically said the war on drugs is not over, which is just horrific because already the prison system's overpopulated. Then you add the race thing.
Yeah, which the war on drugs disproportionately affects minorities.
Yeah, because let's take cannabis, right? Because I know the facts and figures around it. But, white and black people, African American, whatever, smoke at the same rate, but I think ethnic minorities are 4 times more likely to get arrested.
And even sentenced as well, like sentencing.
Yeah. So the prisons are like bursting with non-violent offenders, and mandatory minimums and things like that. And it's just a clusterfuck. And what we don't need is someone coming in and revitalizing the war on drugs, which has so obviously failed.
I think I just read for the first time in a very long time, the prison population has decreased under President Obama. So, I feel like we were heading towards the right track on the war on drugs, and I don't want this, next 4 years to, set that back.
Trump will be like, well, there's room for more.
Oh, God. Oh, my.
Throw them in. But, the war on drugs, it's so easy to take people, especially police officers' biases. And I'm not saying they're all biased. There are good cops, there are bad cops, but in the South, they're really easy, and it's very easy for cops, especially if they have quotas, to go for the easy targets, right? To go to the black areas and where people may be smoking weed, just as they would be with the white areas. But you go for the non-violent guys. It's easier to hit your quotas than it is to go to the guy who's dealing black tar heroin round the corner. I think the illegal drug industry was worth like 102 billion or something last year. 109 billion a year, the illegal drug market is. So I don't get why they're just focusing on cannabis. The war on drugs just doesn't work. I mean, they've created a multi-billion-dollar a year industry of illegal drugs by doing it. They've filled the prisons, which are just draining us, costing us money.
When we could be making money.
Yeah, and costing society, people, like, whether it's a mum, a dad, or it's someone's daughter or son that's being locked up, their lives are ruined.
And then trying to get a job after all that. It's just a mess.
Where were you for these 2 years? Oh, I was in jail. Oh, that's nice. I'm not hiring you now.
Yeah.
I just, everyone knows, I don't know what to do about drugs. So here's the thing. Vancouver, I think, and I think Norway, or it might be Sweden. I'm sorry, I get them both confused. I'm just a horrific person. But they have legalized, well, not legalized all drugs. I think Norway may have. I'm not sure.
Decriminalized at least.
Decriminalized, yeah. But they have centers where people can go and inject and go and take the drug of their choice.
In a safe way, too.
In a safe way, right? And I think Insight in Vancouver, I know there's not been, oh, here we go. There's not been a single death in any of these facilities in the world ever. Yet, Thanksgiving last year, I think 6 people overdosed. But none of them died because in these centers are doctors and nurses and people there to take care of them if they overdose. It's very easy to say, well, fuck that drug addict. He's done this to himself. But you have to look at why they're there. Why are they in that situation? Because it could be he had back surgery and got hooked on the opiates that he was legally prescribed.
Which is becoming a huge issue.
Yeah, the opiate industry is crazy. Now it's harder to get these painkillers because, doctors would prescribe them like candy. These aren't addictive. Purdue and Bayer and all the other manufacturers would say these aren't addictive. And now we have, people that get hooked on them. I'm petrified of getting hooked on them.
I would be very scared to even just mess with that shit just because of that addiction factor.
And if that wasn't enough, now we've got fentanyl that's been approved for people use a few years ago.
Yes, and also a lot of people, if they're getting from a drug dealer, they've started mixing fentanyl with, I think, regular heroin, and or just giving fentanyl instead of heroin, and it's causing people to overdose because the doses are different, something like that. But yeah, a lot more overdoses, and it's become such an issue that I almost feel like they might keep going with the war on drugs, but they might kind of switch it from marijuana as that becomes more legalized and even medical.
But I don't think this guy is going to switch it because
not him, not fuckboy.
Yeah, but we've got him for 4 years. In 4 years, a lot of damage can be done.
Wait, it's official?
Well,
not official, but like...
Yeah, it's Trump's choice. It's Jeff Sessions.
Oh, shit.
A lot of damage can be done in 4 years. Now, I don't know the solution to drugs. It'd be really interesting to hear your guys' views. For me, I have a similar attitude to Denmark, right? Denmark's like... I think I may have said this last week. I'm not sure. I haven't slept in 48 hours, so excuse me right now. But, they're like, if you have a problem with debt, we counsel you to get out of debt. If you have a problem with drugs, we treat your illness, your addiction. This is a health concern. And I think the US needs to look at it like a health problem. Offer them help.
Yeah, I agree. I think like mental health.
Don't punish them.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, no more punishing. It's not helping anyone. You need to give people help, and we need to work towards that, more relying on rehabilitation, especially for nonviolent crimes.
Yeah, absolutely. And give people a safe space to, I hate that word, safe space, because social justice warriors have completely bastardized it. But
and even the
give them,
opposite of social justice warriors, the people who
oh,
hate social justice warriors, they love their safe spaces too. They don't call them that though. I hate
give
both
them
sides of
safe
that.
facilities to use the drugs of their choice. And when I say drugs, I don't count things like cannabis and mushrooms and stuff as drugs. I count things like heroin and even cocaine to some extent, and whatever else you shoot up or snort up, or whatever the hell you do with these drugs. Give people a safe space to use these, so that if they do overdose because it's been laced with fentanyl or whatever, there are people there to resuscitate them. Because these are people. They're not just fuck ups and junkies. They are still people. They're just people who need some help.
Yeah, I mean, when I was in high school, I mean, there were kids then just every once in a while you'd hear, oh, this, senior died recently because he overdosed on heroin. Like, stuff like that. We can prevent stuff like that if we just become more open to wanting to help those people. And we've said this a million times, but like just staying away from the punishment thing.
Yeah, I mean, DARE didn't work. For those who are in England, the DARE program is like a US.
Dude, that shit worked on me for a while, though.
Yeah, but it doesn't work on most people. I think
when you're a little kid.
It goes back to education, right? People do have to be educated on drugs. But the thing is, it's never cool for an adult to talk to a kid about anything.
I think it would be much better if we did have education, but it was much more realistic, and the same with sex education as well.
Yeah. I think I was thinking of meth when it came to injecting. I'm not sure.
Meth? I don't even know how meth works.
Meth, yeah. It's the same as Adderall. Like, chemically, it's pretty much identical.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I knew that.
Did you know Bayer invented heroin?
Really?
It used to be prescribed. Yeah, it was a prescribed drug by Bayer. Not addictive, completely safe, they said.
That worked out well.
That worked out really well. Then it got banned, so Purdue came along and gave us OxyContin.
Well, at least it's not weed. That's truly dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, weed is some hard shit. I mean, it's a Schedule 1, makes it the same or more dangerous than meth and heroin. I mean, you see those people that have just had that one marijuana on the street corner. They've got no teeth, half their face is missing.
They lost their house, lost their car, lost their kids.
They go insane and they just murder entire families.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's a serious drug, that marijuana.
And they sleep with your white women.
Oh, yes.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Jeez. People still believe stuff like that. The whole gateway drug, the black men are going to sleep with white women bullshit. Fuck off with this nonsense.
And I can't even believe. Like, I'm finding this really hard to talk about because, like, I'm passionate about it. But when the words are coming out of my mouth, it feels like I'm making shit up. Like, surely today, in 2016, with over half the country and half the people, that's we the people, are saying cannabis should be legal, this giant oversized Oompa Loompa that seems to have escaped from the chocolate factory has decided to appoint a racist, pro-drug war, anti-cannabis bigot from Alabama as pretty much one of the most powerful Senate members or Congress members. I don't know the difference.
Okay, so I should give his rebuttal
to
a lot of the stuff we just talked about, because obviously he's been under heat lately with his whole background and everything, so people have been angry, so he decided to say, oh, whoa, I'm not a racist.
That whole liking the KKK thing really put it over the top.
So, this is a quote from him. I filed 20 or 30 civil rights cases to desegregate schools and political organizations and county commissions when I was a U.S. attorney. And then he also talked about prosecuting the head of the KKK at whatever year it was.
Was it for pot?
No. He must have found out the guy had smoked. That's why he went so hard. He wanted to get him he insisted the death penalty for this guy and prosecuted him. I think he had murdered a black woman. So he's not racist because of those things. It seems like he's been all over the place, but I'd rather have someone who hasn't been all over the place on that.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy for us to say, like I just did, he's a racist guy. maybe he's been educated in that. I mean, the time that he was, back then was racist, right? There was segregation. There was no right to vote. It was terrible. And I'm not saying that's right because it's not. I actually only recently found out that America was so slow to desegregate. This is a new thing for me. I wasn't aware that that was a thing. I was pretty shocked that it went as late as it did. Um, I think there was a thing last year about Macon, Georgia, still have a segregated prom because it's not run by the school; it's run by the parents' committee.
Oh yeah. Jesus Christ.
I know, right? But to be honest, the black kids were like, "We don't want the white kids' music, so it's fine." Which I don't blame them. I mean, not many people like country, so.
Yeah, no, yeah, Georgia, it would be country, wouldn't it? Ugh.
It would
Oof.
be. It would be. But so he was a politician at a time where black people or African Americans didn't have rights, and he was used to that. And I'm not defending him. That was his thing. So I hope he has changed, and I hope for the sake of all things, because when you combine like a racist attorney general with the gerrymandering of districts in voting and things like that, it could be really, really bad.
Yeah, I think that's a big issue. And I wish, with the whole topic of voting, I wish that just for an updated version of the Electoral College, looking at all districts, just a bipartisan way to look at everything and try to just update it. And if it doesn't need to be updated, fine. But I mean, I think this is the second election where uh, one nominee has won popular vote and not the Electoral College, which the Electoral College is there for a reason. Okay, but I still think we should relook at it and see if it still makes sense in this day and age when, quite frankly, a lot of people are moving to cities for jobs.
Yeah, here's what I think, right? We were going to set homework for an episode of a show called Adam Ruins Everything. I think we should change that episode, Kelly, because the Electoral College and voting is a huge deal. And there is actually an episode on that. And I think we're just going to bluster through what it is and maybe not explain it correctly.
Yeah,
Maybe we should set that episode as homework.
I think we should.
I can't remember what the episode is or the season is, so it will be linked in the description. But I think it's called Voting, but I think it's season one. But it might be season two. It's a show called Adam Ruins Everything. It's on True TV and also available on Amazon. We don't get any money from this, obviously, because only 3 people listen. But he does have an episode on voting. We'll link to it in the description and give you the season and the episode. But I think it would be really useful for you guys to watch so you can understand why people are raving about the Electoral College, why people are raving about the gerrymandering of districts and the moving of the lines and basically deciding the vote before you even vote. And explains why in 24 states your electoral officials, i.e. the Electoral College, don't have to follow your vote. So if everyone in your area votes Democrat, they can still say, nah, I want Republican.
Yeah. The one thing I like about the idea of a popular vote instead of Electoral College, if you say you are Republican, but you live in Chicago, so they usually vote Democratic, your vote would still count. Like, I think there's a lot of people who live in an area where it always goes one way. It's either Republican or Democratic. Like in Georgia, they usually vote Republican. So some Democrats might be like, my vote's useless. It's just going to end up red. Why should I go and vote? Whereas this way, everyone's vote would actually count. Maybe more people would vote because they don't feel like, oh, well, everyone else in this area is just going to vote for this, and the Electoral College is obviously going to go with that. So I like that argument for popular vote, but there's also decent arguments for the Electoral College, but I still think it needs updating.
I mean, it stops mob rule and stuff, but it does need updating. It was the Electoral College was done when not everyone had an education, right? It was designed to keep originally only landowners and businessmen from vote. They were the only people that could vote. But now we have an education system, free education. Everyone's educated and stuff. I think the Electoral College is out of date.
Yeah, absolutely. So I really wish they would go over that. In this,
But watch that, and we'll discuss it in depth next week for your homework.
Hell yeah. So get to your homework, guys. We expect you to do it or you're going to get a failing grade. You don't want to know what happens when you get a failing grade, so you better just do it.
So, we were talking a little bit about the gifts. So, have all of them arrived yet? The gifts for the awkward gift challenge?
I have one of them, and then one of them I don't think has been shipped yet, but I know there was going to be a delay because I talked to the person. So, if anything, I guess I would just have that shipped to you. I don't think it's going to be delayed much longer, though, so...
Okay, so it's the awkward gift or creepy gift episodes maybe going to be next week, but more likely the week after.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be the week after.
Yeah. Oh, it's gross. What I got you, man, is gross.
Mine's gross, but I also think it's cursed.
I'm really not happy about this whole cursed thing.
I know, I'm sorry, but like
You're
it's
such
so
a bitch.
freak. Wait, maybe I don't know. You said you're sending me weird things. Is yours cursed?
No, mine's not cursed. None of my shit's creepy. I mean, it's all creepy, but none of it's like ghosts and shit.
Mine's not.
Well,
It's not
not really.
ghosts, but it's like I don't know. I could see it totally being a cursed
Have you
item.
gone to some voodoo practitioner or some shit and got me some creepy ass voodoo doll?
No.
Good.
But I
alright.
was on some pretty creepy Etsy stores.
Oh, I was worried that we might get like one of the same thing. Now I'm not worried at all.
Oh, good.
You should be lucky we put the caveat of no sex toys in, by the way. I found some really fucked up shit on Etsy.
I don't know if anything can beat the object I have.
Really?
I mean, I don't think any sex toy would freak me out more than this. Maybe if this was made into a sex toy, then I might be freaked out even more.
If it's something like superstitious, I'm gonna scream. Like, I can't deal with that stuff. I can't even watch horror movies, Kelly.
I'll like do a ritual where I sage around it.
I'm gonna have sage sticks ready to cleanse the area.
I'll cleanse before I send. That's what a friend would do before they send a cursed item. It doesn't say it has a curse. It just looks like...
that's totally refreshing. I'm glad you didn't specifically specify.
I can ask.
Something
I'll
that's
ask.
gonna curse me. No, don't. Oh my god.
The shop was so sketchy too. Oh my god.
There was a small shop that I bought a couple of tiny items, like $3 items off. And I said, because I'd mentioned that it was going to be on a video. I still paid, like after I paid, I messaged them. I was like, it's going to be on a podcast. Are you okay with if we mention your shop? Because, for some people it's a weekend hobby and I didn't want them to feel like flustered during rush time on Etsy. And she actually sent me a couple of little extras. I mean, they're tiny little things. So you'll get a couple of little extras as well.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I didn't ask for them, but they're a bit creepy.
Oh my god.
So,
I haven't got
yeah.
that item yet though. Maybe she never sends it, but I don't know.
The good news in shopping for you is it kicked my ass into doing Christmas shopping because I have to send my stuff like next week so it gets to England in time. So I've been Christmas shopping. Some of it I did online, some of it I had to do in person, which sucks because I hate crowds and I hate malls. I'm such a whiny person. Malls creep me out.
Oh, I actually just did a Twitter poll about whether people go online to do their shopping or in store or both. Let me see what it's at.
I'm 99% online. I literally went to the store to get one item.
All right, so I tweeted this like an hour and a half ago. Out of 516 votes, 36% prefer online shopping, 12% in store, 52% do both. I pretty much just do online shopping. It's just my preference nowadays. I do a lot of stuff online. I do some grocery shopping online as well. I don't know. I still like going to the grocery store, but like, yeah, I don't know. With Christmas especially, Christmas shopping, again, it just makes me want to stab myself or throw myself off a building. No, I don't like it. People get crazy too. I don't want to deal with those people.
My little sister wanted a hoodie from Levi's or something. She won't be listening to this, and if she is, go to bed. This is far too adult for you.
Do drugs. I mean, just don't.
She's only like somewhere between 12 and 14. So
Perfect.
No. But she wanted like a Levi hoodie, and the nearest mall to me is like a fake outlet mall, outlet. Well, that's something we could discuss. Fake outlets. There's no
Fake
legal
news.
meaning. Fake news, fake outlets. Outlets aren't really outlets if you didn't know. There's no legal meaning to outlets, so it's just clothes made to be cheap. But anyway, so I went and picked her up a Levi hoodie, and that was it. That was enough. I was at the mall for like 10 minutes, and I'm like, I'm done. Go home, back to the comfort of Amazon and Etsy.
You know, I did just bitch a lot about like shopping in store, but I do like outlet malls, especially if like there's good brands
But they're
around.
not real, Kelly.
I know, but I don't know. It's still exciting.
It's like 85% is made for outlets. So if it says, MSRP $1,000, but retail, you're paying it for $9, you're getting a $9 shirt. There's no legal protections for you in outlets.
I don't know. It's just
could
all
open an
there, all
outlet
ready to
store.
go. I don't care what
And you
price
come
it
out
is.
with that false sense that you got a great deal.
I don't care about that. I
You
just like
know
the
that
stuff.
5-year-old was beaten extra hard to produce that $4 t-shirt for you. Is that where you go for that satisfaction?
Yeah, actually, I try to sniff it. I try to sniff the clothes, see if I could still smell the sweat and tears
Oh my
of the
God.
children making it.
That's so bad.
It's really sad.
Like, did you see what Patagonia were doing today?
No, what?
100% of their Black Friday profit goes to their non-profit charity. For the
Oh,
Earth. They're doing 100% for the Earth. Well, Patagonia, most of their clothes are made of like post-consumer waste or recycled materials, which is why they're quite expensive. But they always give 1% away. But for Black Friday, they're doing 100%.
wow, that's very generous.
Everything's going. That's really cool. I thought that was awesome. But yeah, you stick to your sweatshop fake outlet stuff. That's cool.
No, I don't go to outlets. See, I think why I like them is I maybe have been to them like 4 times in my life, maybe 5 times. So I don't go that often. I think I went once with you in Georgia.
I was going to say, actually, I took you. You got some jeans or something from Ralph Lauren.
Yeah, that was like the last time I was there. Oh, I got a baller ass jacket there. But
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
yeah, a good
That was
flashing
so
one.
cheap. Yeah, no, that was good. All right, yeah, there are some cool stuff because I mean that was a good quality coat. I think it depends where you go. Like Gap, all their stuff's made for outlet, but I don't shop at Gap anyway.
I
And
don't
that's
like Gap.
Banana. Yeah, Gap, Banana Republic, they're all the same company. But I don't particularly like their whole sweatshop thing, so I stay away from them and like Nike or Nike. Do you say Nike or Nike?
Nike.
That's so weird.
I think most people say that here. Is it different?
I don't know.
Or it's just you?
I just always thought it was Nike. But then I say Adidas, and you say Adidas or something?
Adidas.
Adidas.
Wait, you say wait, what? Jeez, I can't even say it.
Adidas.
Adidas. That's kind of fun to say.
Adidas. Aluminium. How do you even say that? Aluminum.
You know, their bad branding worked out for them, didn't it? I would think that's a horrible name for like a product.
What?
Adidas.
Adidas. Yeah. And there's a couple of bad, like Reebok sounds sexual to me. It sounds like I've got the Reebok. Don't worry, there's a cream for that.
Yeah, it does sort of sound like that.
There's a few really bad brands.
I can't think of any.
Coach just gives me images of economy class on the plane or
Yeah,
megabus.
it doesn't give you the image of luxury purses.
No, for those in England, Coach is a luxury purse brand over here, but I don't think it's in England at this point. They've been saved from the Coach thing, but yeah, no, some people just didn't think their branding through like we did with Twist of Insanity.
Oh, we're great. Our name is amazing.
So fabulous, darling. So fabulous. So watch your homework. Adam ruins everything. We're fucked. The Attorney General is going to ban everything, lock everyone up in jail. Everyone's going to get deported. 2 or 3 million. Oh, yeah, there's another thing. Trump's been flip-flopping on everything. He's now not going to lock Clinton up. He's now not going to repeal all of Obamacare. Now he's not going to deport all the Mexicans. So is there some kind... so here's the thing. If you buy a 4K TV that's fully high def... Well, it's 4K, right? And it's a smart TV and does everything, and you got it arrives at your house and it's a black and white tube television from the like 1920s, that breaks the Trade Descriptions Act, right? It's not fit for the purpose intended, and you can get a refund and your money back. As much as I don't agree with his policies, he's pretty much gone back on everything he was running on. Is there like a refund policy there? Like for people who voted to lock Clinton up and to deport all Mexicans and ban all Muslims?
I wrote down this quote from Kellyanne Conway, who was Trump's campaign manager and now his aide. This is her quote, because people were talking about him flip-flopping. She said, "Look, I think he's thinking of many different things as he prepares to become the president of the United States, and things that sound like the campaign are not among them."
Okay, so he ran. Now, this isn't me saying I'm for deportation or anything. I could give you lectures for hours on that, but I won't because you'll fall asleep. When you run a campaign based on crooked Hillary, lock her up, Hillary for prison,
Drain the swamp.
Drain the swamp, get rid of the Muslims, ban the Muslims, deport all the Mexicans. And then these were his pretty big key policies, right? That he ran his campaign on.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people.
Oh, and repeal
really,
Obamacare.
They like I feel like the drain the swamp was a really big one too, and like
get
that's
rid
another
of
quote
shitty
I have
Obamacare.
though.
And now he's like not doing any of those. Is there no like refund or return exchange policy? Like, can we exchange him for someone else? Like me, I'd be a great dictator. I mean, president.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell, who is what is he? He's the majority leader in Senate, Republican. He said, I don't know if this is quote unquote, but he said something like this, that American people don't really want to drain the swamp. I think that's something that Democrats and Republicans, at least the normal people, could probably agree on, is that we would like the swamp drainage at least a little bit, get lobbyists out, which I suppose Trump has done, has talked about that. I
don't know what's going on. Like this country's fucked.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really knows what's going on.
So last week when we did the podcast, like I knew Trump was bad, but I didn't think it. I was like, well, Hillary would have been just as bad, right? Because they're just both terrible people. Like I'm completely speechless as to how we got in this situation where those were the two choices, right? Yeah, I know third parties, but they never had a chance. But now he started to pick his cabinet members, or they're not cabinet members over here, Congress, whatever, senators, whatever Americans call them, people of power.
Cabinet members.
Okay, people of power. I'm now starting to get worried.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about some of these picks so far. Most of the picks.
No, I mean, Jill Stein is doing a recount in Wisconsin. She's got what, like 4.9 million? So she's obviously not happy. Jill Stein is the Green Party. That's her, right?
I guess she's done this before. I don't know if there's so many conspiracy theories online. They're like, oh, well, it's really Hillary and George Soros doing it. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, she did raise the money.
Yeah, I think she's got just shy of 5 million to fund a recount. It may be more than that. I think it might be 6 at this point, but she's trying. She was the third party candidate for the Green Party. She's trying to fundraise to do a recount in Wisconsin because Hillary has won the popular vote by 2 million so far and counting, I guess. And there's a lot of discourse, and I think this has been reheated, like because people weren't happy, but people were accepting the result. And then Trump starts announcing his picks for power positions, and everyone's like, "Whoa, buddy."
Yeah.
You want to resurrect Hitler for your other one? Like, because he'd fit in real good. And I think that's kind of revitalized that kind of fear in people's mind about the kind of government that we're going to have. Because I was like, well, Congress will rein him in. He won't be that bad. Hillary was going to be bad. And then you see, like, Trump ran on your taxes, you people. You believe me, you're going to be paying a lot less taxes than you pay now. You better believe it. I'm going to make sure of it. You're going to have the lowest taxes ever. What it actually means is, if you're a single parent, you have a lot of kids, you're low income, you guys who need the tax breaks, you're going to pay more. But all my buddies, the billionaires and the millionaires, don't worry about it. I got you covered, buddies. You're going to pay less.
That's like the one thing that I didn't understand the hype behind that, because everyone was like, yeah, Trump's gonna get rid of the billionaires in government that keep paying off Hillary Clinton, Hillary, and but he's the like, you're cutting out the
He's a
middleman.
billionaire. Yeah.
Like,
I
yeah.
respect him for not taking a salary. You know, he's taking $1. But then I don't even know if that's bullshit as well. I mean, that might be bullshit. He might be getting the 400 grand a year or however much they're paid. I think it's about that. But he says he's only going to take $1 a year. I'd pay him $1 a year to fuck off. I'm pretty sure we could crowdfund the full salary for him to fuck off.
Oh wait, but I wanted to say this about the I almost forgot the ballot recount. So Jill Stein, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. She raised enough for all those. Those were her 3 goals.
Okay, those are the key states.
Yeah, so computer scientists had said there were some anomalies in some of the data where they were concerned that the electric ballots may have been tampered with.
Huh.
So, I mean, good. I hope they do. I hope all the recount stuff happens. I think it will now.
I mean, I think it's going to be definitely like a several months of certain discomfort while we kind of work out where this country's going for, because, you know, Obama was very progressive and everything, and I worry that his picks are going to push us back into like the 20s, you know, and that's a concern. I don't think it can be done because of social media, but a lot of damage can be done behind closed doors, especially in the US, where you can have riders, and I don't mean that sexually. I mean, like, you could put a bill in to expand the highway in Washington, D.C., and you can have a clause in that, like paragraph 105A-B Part 2C, that can be like, lock up all Mexicans.
They do that a lot with bills, too.
That's what I mean. Like, you can just hide a bill or a law in something really boring that no one's going to show up to, and get it passed.
Yeah, that happens all the time. And social media has made people see that more often, and that's a good thing. And I think Trump is going to be under a microscope for a lot of people, and I think if he does screw up majorly, or any of his cabinet members do, I mean, there were protests after he won. Think if he really screws something up,
Reddit and 4chan will save us. Who'd have thought it?
Wait, don't they really love Donald Trump?
I think it's 50-50.
Yeah, it probably is.
I don't know what we're going to do. But I mean, like, yeah, I do wonder if there's any like legal ramifications for him using these key points as his campaign and then just scrapping it after election. Like, is that allowed? Like, could I run and be like, I'm going to make everyone a millionaire, $1 million for everyone. Everyone gets a yearly salary.
Every election from now on is just going to be people saying whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, and now, I mean, he sure has changed the whole election process for life. Like, the way he handled it. You know, I always said, like, Obama and Michelle, they made the presidency more personable, right? They were all that family. It was like the mum and dad of the country. You knew Michelle really controlled him. You knew they were in love. And you felt, in a way, you could feel a connection with them, right? They were really relatable people, and they smashed that. But what Trump has done is gone and made it like a comedy. So we've gone from relatable kind of reality TV of Obama and Michelle, but good stuff, in my opinion. Could have been better, but had a shitty Congress, so to this crazy train where it's now like entertainment that makes no sense.
Shit posts on Twitter if there's some news he wants kind of covered up.
What's the election going to be next time? Are we going to get like
Kanye West
Playmates of the Year running against Kanye? And that Tia, whatever, that Nazi chick on Twitter. What's her name? Tia.
Oh, Tila? Yeah, Tila Tequila.
Yeah, Tila Tequila, whatever. You know, the Asian American Nazi. Yo, we'll link to all these links and stuff in the description so you know who the fuck we're talking about, because I haven't slept in a while. So I'm not on form, shall we say.
One thing I like about Trump, but this kind of goes to that where you were saying Barack Obama is very personable. I think he gives really good speeches. This one thing I like that Trump's been doing, he's been having these vlogs where he just kind of talks about like what he's doing. He's posted those on YouTube. They're just quick, like 2-minute things, but he's just not personable. It just seems like he's reading from something, and you could really see that difference between him and a lot of other politicians, because most politicians are good with like being personable.
Yeah, but with Trump, I remember at the beginning of the campaign, he goes, "Who needs a teleprompter?" Now he's always on a teleprompter. But talking about that, did you watch the first 100 days in office plan?
Yes.
Shale gas, so fracking, steel, Trans-Pacific thingamajig. We will cover the Trans-Pacific partnership next week, I think, because that's pretty interesting, but it's pretty in depth, and I'm not awake enough to go through it. But clean coal, I don't think that's actually a thing.
I feel like he can't promise stuff like that necessarily. Like with coal, like a lot of like businesses are even moving on from coal, like to cheaper things that are better for them to make money.
But they're only cheaper because of the
the subsidies.
Subsidies from Obama. Those are going to go away. What really concerns me is the shale, right? The fracking. The chemicals are bad. They're not regulated and all that. But that's not what concerns me. What concerns me is, right? They can drill under your house and you have no say.
What? Really?
Yeah, because you don't control after X distance below your house. So like a bit below what a basement would be, they can go under there.
So they don't even have to pay you?
No.
Damn, that's awful.
In a lot of places. In some places they do, but in a lot of states and stuff they don't. And it just seems like a real coincidence to me that since fracking became a thing, sinkholes have become more of a thing. Maybe I'm just
sinkholes freak me out. They can just happen out of nowhere. You just like sink and you're gone. Bye.
Yeah. Did you see that one in Japan that got repaired in a week?
Oh my, yeah.
Crazy. Huge. We need them. But yeah, the fracking thing really scares me. And so does Cole, because he just doesn't believe that climate change is real. Like, someone needs to lock him in a room with fucking scientists. He's
not gonna believe them.
Oh, but then he still probably believes that babies get ripped out of people's stomach, like literally ripped out. I think what's that horror movie, or it's not really a horror, but it is for me, where there's that woman who rips people's spines out.
Oh,
it's an alien woman. Aliens, maybe. I don't know. Whatever. Scary shit. I imagine that's what he sees. Like someone just pushing their hand in an uncut stomach and ripping out a baby while the mother's still alive. That's how I think he thinks abortions are done.
I pictured him thinking they like reached in, they like fist the vagina. They go in there,
that way?
And then they just rip it out.
I was thinking more of the like way they rip hearts out in like vampire movies, where they just punch through and rip it out.
I needed fisting in my
you need the fisting
visualization.
Of the vagina. Fair enough if you're into that kind of thing. But yeah, I just think he's so out of touch with reality. It could be.
What's the other big topic? Recently, a lot of people are talking about conflicts of interest.
Oh my God, how have we not talked about this?
Yeah, I didn't want to leave without doing that.
Yeah, we have to. Dakota Access Pipeline, as a lot of you know, there's been a lot of protests going up. But interestingly, it came about, a couple of days ago, that Mr. Trumperton of Oompa Loompaville may or may not have some financial interests in it.
Yeah, stock. See, here's the thing, and I'll defend him, I guess. So I'm assuming he doesn't do his own investing, and that whoever invests for him did that. I think they should probably liquidate that stock now, so there isn't a conflict of interest there. Yeah, that's a real fucking mess if we even get into the Dakota Access Pipeline, but that's like such a long...
So for those of you who don't know, here's a brief what's going on there. There's an oil pipeline that's being built. Its route goes through sacred grounds of a tribe. I can't remember the name of the tribe.
I've read that it doesn't, that it was going to, and then the company tried to talk to the tribe leaders, and then they never really ended up talking, and so they went around it.
Yeah,
but
so
that water, the water still goes through
Yeah, they've gone around it, but they're worried that it's going to pollute the water, and I don't blame them. The tribes have lost so many waterways to construction and pollution and stuff that we've caused, and that's their way of life. Yes, they may not have to fish to survive nowadays, but it is still a culture. If you said, "Oh, don't worry about it, your tea bags are all contaminated to the Brits," there would be a fucking war. And this is their culture. You don't fuck with culture. But the protests there are, for the most part, peaceful. There's been a few incidences of fires and things like that, but for the most part, it has been peaceful. Lots of prayer circles, lots of spirit whatevers, and things like that.
Still
But
some
the
really
police,
horrifying videos coming out of that though, where it's not peaceful, but not
the
necessarily
police
the
using
protesters
Yeah, police using water cannons
in freezing
below
weather.
freezing conditions and shooting at prayer circles with rubber bullets.
And when I first learned about this whole thing, the company who owns the pipeline, they had hired outside like third party security, and that video I saw, they were
Oh,
sticking.
with the
They
dogs.
had the dogs. Yeah, they had them on leashes, but they were getting them closer and closer to protest, and they were like protesters were getting bitten. That's disgusting.
So here's the thing about that. I own a Malinois. Those were the dogs that we used, right? Dak, for those of you who know, he's a Malinois. He's a trained attack dog. And I'm a member of Malinois groups because they're crazy dogs. So there's always funny shit that goes on. So we talk a lot on Facebook, and there's a lot of the top trainers are also in these groups. And when that video hit, the Malinois community just wrecked that particular company. I won't mention it because they've pretty much vanished from the face of the earth through hate mail and death threats and stuff. But that third party company with those dogs could not control their dogs.
Yeah, it was just a real mess.
I mean, at one point, there's a handler, the dog's biting a guy, but the handler's not even looking at her dog. And then she turns around, realizes her dog's biting a guy. I don't know whether the dog heard the bite command from another handler and just went or what. But they just seemingly had no control over the dogs. And when that happened, unfortunately, the protesters turned on the dogs rather than the handlers. And I don't agree with that. But at the same time, Mals have big bites. I mean, it's 1,500 pounds per square inch. I've accidentally been nipped by Dak before. And, when he thought he was going in for a toy and he got my ankle. And it was pretty damn sore for quite a few weeks. But those handlers of those dogs, I feel for those dogs and I feel for those protesters. But they didn't have a fucking clue. I think like one of the 5 handlers that I saw had an idea of what they were doing. The others just looked like scared people that were like, "You grab that dog, you grab that dog. Let's go bite some people," which is why they ran off and retreated. But there shouldn't be third-party security companies with dogs a peaceful protest. And I get that it was getting heated and stuff, but it really, really pissed me off. But that's probably just because I'm a Mal owner.
Yeah, I was just like watching that video crying. I was like, holy shit, this is like now, this is happening. Like, it just grosses me out. I hate shit like that.
I was shocked that it was something in America. It's something you'd expect to see in Russia, maybe. At
Yeah,
a gay
not here.
march or something, a gay pride parade, you'd expect to see that there in Russia. You wouldn't expect to see that in America. And I'm glad no one seriously got hurt, and I'm glad none of the dogs got seriously hurt. The handlers couldn't give a fuck. Sorry.
Yeah. Ugh. But yeah, that whole situation's gross. And then other conflicts of interest, obviously the Trump business, hotels, real estate in various countries.
But he said he was going to hand that off to Ivanka and Big Son. But wasn't Ivanka in some call or something?
Yeah, I believe it was Portugal. Do I still? I don't have the country. It might not have been Portugal. It might be Argentina. I don't know. Some country. Yeah, Ivanka was on the call, and Trump was too with the foreign leader, and they were also speaking business, like about the Trump business, and that
Oh
is a
my
big
God.
conflict of
In a
interest.
foreign policy call.
Yeah.
Oh, we're fucked, people. I can't. Kelly, I'm sorry. I cannot discuss Trump anymore. I can't. I just want to like curl up
We were
and
like, let's not do politics talk next time. And then, of course,
and
like,
we
just
we
all kinds of
can't
stuff
not.
happens.
Like I love politics. It's one of my dirty little secrets. I love it. I follow it. I'm passionate about it.
Yeah, me too.
But now I just want to get a cup of tea and go into my closet and just sit there wrapped up in a blanket and come out in 4 years to see whether the world is still there.
Yeah, see, for me, I never really get scared at scary horror games or movies. Politics is like my preferred horror genre.
Well, you are spoiled for choice this year. Welcome to the 2016 fucking Olympics.
Also, I like
Of
conspiracy
elections.
theories for like my horror fill. Just things that freak me out. Like things that I
Have
just
you
have to
read
pretend really happening.
Have you read any conspiracy theories about the potential of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory being real and Trump having actually been an Oompa Loompa that became large from one of Willy Wonka's
No,
candies
he fucking
and
murdered
escaped?
Willy Wonka in the chocolate river. And then he got
Yeah,
power hungry and he's like, oh shit, what do I take over next? United States. Done.
he ate that golden goose and became big
Disgusting.
and
Absolutely
escaped.
disgusting.
And with that, I think we should call it a show.
Yep, remember to do your homework, guys. You don't want to find out what happens if you don't. I'll have some
And-
links in the
yeah, we'll
description
put.
or comments. There'll be a link somewhere about.
And thank you for listening.
Yes, thank you. We love you. Mwah.
And that's it. We've got a name now. So, Twist of Insanity,
Twist
calling it
of
bye.
insanity.
That's our new theme song. Someone please remix that.
Oh, I have some really good remixers in my crew.
I know you do. I'm pretty jealous. But anyway, guys, thanks for listening, and we will catch you next week.